Welcome back, beautiful people. Hope you're having a good day. We're doing another makeup time-lapse video with like a voiceover of questions that people ask me on Instagram. I did Ask Me Anything and we got some questions, so I'm just going to talk about them. So I guess let's just get into it. Somebody asked, do you like super robots? And if so, do you have a favorite? So I had to look it up, and I think super robots is referring to like the genre of anime, like super robots anime. It's not like a specific show or anything. And I do enjoy some of those types of shows. It's not like my favorite, but I specifically really love Gundam. That's one of my favorite anime series of all time. And the same with Gurren Lagann, I guess is also considered like a super robot type of show. Next question, how do you build muscle as a vegetarian or as a naturally skinny person? So basically it's the same. Everything kind of applies to everybody when it comes to building muscle. You need to be in a calorie surplus. It doesn't have to be a huge surplus, but you have to be in a calorie surplus to gain muscle, and you also have to be eating a lot of protein. So that makes it extra hard for vegetarians or vegans, because when you don't eat meat, you have to get your proteins from plant sources, but you really need to focus on probably eating like more tofu. Some beans have a lot of protein. There's other plant-based protein things that I can't really think of right off the top of my head. You probably will need to be supplementing with protein powders and protein bars. And if you're like a naturally skinny person, whether it's because you have a high metabolism or maybe you just like don't have a very big appetite, you kind of just have to force yourself to eat, unfortunately. Like, I know it's difficult. Sometimes I get into a place like that as well, where I just feel like I don't really want to eat. But if you're really serious about building muscle, like, you're not always going to be comfortable. So that's kind of the only tip I have. It's unfortunate, but you just have to force yourself to do it. You have to force yourself to eat, and you have to force yourself to eat enough protein specifically. Somebody wants to know if I can do a backflip. Right now, no, I cannot, but I did take some gymnastics classes in the past. I'll maybe try to like post a video. I have a video from Instagram. If I can like get it in here somehow, I'll post a video of like me doing a backflip like many years ago, but at this point in time, no, I can't, unfortunately. I wish I could. Somebody asked, what is your inspiration? You always mix it up. The makeup was awesome today. I think they're referring to this makeup look that I am showing on the screen right now. I'm doing like this like cute like cloudy makeup look. A lot of times my inspiration for like makeup looks comes from creators on like social media, like Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. Like, I see a look, I really want to try to do it, and I just put my own spin on it as best as I can. But a lot of times some of like my more creative makeup looks for the streams, for like the Twitch streams, are requested looks that people want me to do. So we have a channel point redemption where you can pick my makeup, and that's where honestly the most creative looks come from, because people will suggest characters or themes or colors or things like that, and I'll just like go all out for it. So honestly, it's you guys that inspire me the most, which is awesome. Somebody wants to know how I did this makeup look, and basically that's the video is showing you how I did it. I kind of started out with my regular face of makeup, smashed on a bunch of like washes of color, and then used like a white concealer to make the clouds. And then went ahead and put some more colorful eyeshadow on top to like bring out the clouds, and then use some white eyeliner for the edges and like for the details and for the stars and things like that. I think it turned out really cute. I really liked it. Oh, this was a fun question. A haunted house or a cursed item, if you had to own one, which would it be? I would say haunted house. Because just because it's haunted doesn't mean it's like a vengeful spirit or like an evil spirit. But if you say a cursed item, like that kind of means to me that it's inherently bad. So I would say I'm gonna hope for a haunted house that doesn't have somebody mean living in it, and then maybe even if it does, maybe I can just leave. But I feel like if you had a cursed item, that shit is gonna follow you. So I would just fingers crossed that I would be okay. Somebody asked, how do you combat muscle soreness? There are like a few things that you can do. I would say having a good diet, as in you eat like a lot of nutrient-dense foods, you're getting a really good amount of protein. Probably if you're in like a little bit of a calorie surplus, that also helps combat soreness. There's other things you can do, like you can do active recovery, which is like stretching or like walking. You can take Epsom salt baths. I use BCAA supplements, which I find does help with my own soreness, and I also take creatine. But you should know that if you are just consistent with your workouts, eventually you're not going to get as sore. So like when you first start working out, usually you have insane DOMs, like delayed onset muscle soreness. You have like really bad DOMs, but like the more consistent you are with your workouts, the less sore you will be. And that doesn't mean that you're not getting in a good workout. It 100% does not mean that. It's just your body gets used to it. But just hang in there. Try not to ass blast yourself when you first start working out, and just know that it's going to get better. But those are a few things you can do, like watch your diet. You can use supplements, and just like other recovery techniques. Somebody just asked, how am I today? And I'm doing quite well. I'm having a good day. My favorite sunset? I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't really go outside that often. I like it when the sunset is like very colorful, when there's like lots of like pinks and purples. I think that's really pretty. Somebody asked, how are you so beautiful? And I'm just gonna let you know that I wear a lot of makeup. Not that I don't think I look cute without makeup, but it really does help a lot. How's my 2021 going so far? It's going really good, like honestly. When's the burpee stream? I do not actually do burpees, and the reason is because I have bad joints. If you like burpees, burpees are a great high intensity interval exercise, like doing sets of burpees, taking a rest, burpees, rest. But I have problems with my elbows and knees, and doing push-ups specifically aggravates my elbows really badly, and I don't like to do things like jump squats, which with some burpees you jump in the air. I guess it kind of depends on the style of burpee you're doing, but I would rather do some other kind of high intensity interval training, because just like the jumping and the push-ups really aggravate my joints. I was not in the military. Somebody asked if I was in the military. I was never in the military, no. I have relatives that were in the military, but I was not. Okay, so this is referring to one of my previous YouTube videos, and they asked, why do you sear your chicken thighs and then cut them into pieces only to sear them again? So the reason I don't cut my chicken ahead of time is because I want to save as many dishes as I can. I have like my scissors, and that's the only thing that gets dirty when I cut it like that. I don't get a knife dirty with the chicken juices. I don't get a cutting board dirty with the chicken juices. I just sear it in the pan, and then when it's slightly cooked, I use my scissors to cut it up. But then I keep cooking it because it gets that good flavor. Like when you like sear the outside, that's when it really gets that good flavor, right? So that's basically the reason. I'm lazy, I don't want more dishes, and then it helps get that good flavor. Any tips for starting on a workout routine / getting into shape? My one biggest tip for people that are new to fitness is like start out kind of slow and then find something that you actually like to do. If you absolutely hate running, why would you want to run to get into shape? Like, you know you're not going to keep up with it. So try to find something that you like to do. Like, and it could be anything. Like maybe you like yoga. Maybe you like swimming. Maybe you like lifting weights. Like find something that you like to do, and then don't go too hard too fast. A lot of times people go super hard in the gym and they burn themselves out really fast because they're like super sore, or they're going like every day of the week and they just get tired of it. So find something that you like to do and then ease into it slowly. Start out with like 3 days a week. And then if you find that you're having a good time, you're seeing really good results, like, then start adding more. I will also say, like, in regards to finding something you like to do, think about something that you can see yourself doing for a long time. I like to think of like fitness as a lifestyle more than a quick fix. What is my favorite workout? I actually don't really like working out. Like, I love the results of working out, but I would much rather be doing other stuff with my time. But that being said, I am a bro, and out of everything that I do, I would say I like upper body stuff. Like, specifically, I really like bench press, and I kind of like working out my shoulders too. What are the most annoying questions you get asked? So this is, I guess, a big one if you come to the Twitch streams. And it's not so much an issue on like Instagram and Twitter, but we get multiple people during the streams that will ask me if I'm a man or a woman. And I don't know, that's just like the most annoying thing. Somebody asked if I do makeup slash face paint tutorials, and I'm sorry, but I don't really consider myself like a beauty influencer, I guess. So probably the most I will be doing are these kind of like time-lapse videos where I talk about other stuff on top. But every once in a while I do a Twitch stream where I'm applying my makeup, but it's not like too often that I do that, but every once in a while. When and how did you discover your passion for working out? Like I said, I don't actually like working out that much. It's really time consuming. I honestly just like the results of all my labors. But I started working out about 7-ish years ago and have been pretty consistent with my exercising since. I guess the reason I started working out because I wasn't very happy with my body at the time. I wasn't overweight at all. Actually, I was probably underweight for my height. But I just like wasn't really happy with how skinny I looked. I wasn't really happy with like the bones in my chest being really visible. I wasn't happy with like my body shape. It wasn't very curvy, and I decided that I wanted to change that, and that's when I started working out. So now that I'm more muscular, I have like a curvier figure. My chest has filled out. Building muscle in your chest is not going to make your boobs look bigger. That's a little silly. But the muscles now cover up the protruding rib bones that you used to be able to see in my chest. And I think I look way better than I used to. There was nothing wrong with the way I looked before, but I'm more happy with my body now that I have put on a bunch of muscle. What's my favorite One Piece arc? Enies Lobby. I love Robin. I get a lot of Robin feels. I love Robin. Zoro's my favorite character, but Robin is a very close second. What is my least favorite color? It's probably yellow. Do I have a favorite manga? It's the Claymore manga. I don't read a lot of manga. I just like, honestly, I just don't have the time. It's hard to sit down and actually like read stuff. I really love the Claymore manga. I also like the anime, but the manga is just like amazing. And I also like the Hellsing manga. Number one favorite is definitely Claymore. Then probably like Hellsing, and then Ouran Host Club, and then maybe Cardcaptor Sakura. And then I liked most of Gantz, but then like the ending was like kind of unsatisfying, if I'm honest. When did you decide to start hitting the gym, and what motivated you? So I already kind of like talked about this, but yeah, basically like I started working out 7 or 8 years ago. Actually, before I started lifting weights, I was relatively active. I did martial arts for a few years, but martial arts didn't really give me like the body shape that I wanted. I wanted to change how I looked, and that's why I started working out. And that's what motivated me, is the aesthetics, honestly. It's nice to be on the stronger side. I'll be honest, I can bring so many groceries inside at one time, but I'm like 95% motivated by like the physical changes in my body. Somebody said, "You so perfect, can we hold hands?" No, bruh, I'm sorry. 6 feet. We still got to get that 6 feet in. And then what's your thoughts on drug intake? So I'm not sure if this is referring to like recreational drugs or like performance enhancing drugs, but just my personal opinion in general is that as long as you're not hurting anyone, I don't really care. But I don't think that you should lie about it in a like performance enhancing drug aspect. I don't think you should lie about it. So if you are competing in a tested federation for people that are supposed to be natural, I think it's pretty shitty to be taking performance enhancing drugs and then cheating the system. But in general, I don't really care what other people do. Somebody asked if they can send me a picture of their dog. I love cute doggos, so feel free. Drop them in my DMs. And then the last question is, high kicks or low punches? High kicks are way cooler. They're super fun, super flashy. I used to love doing high kicks when I was doing martial arts. I can still kind of do them, but low punches are way more functional. You probably will end up getting hurt if you try to kick somebody in the face. You're much better off going for that low punch, bruh. Just putting it out there. And yeah, that's it. That's all the questions. Thank you so much for everybody that asked me something or sent me a nice message. I really appreciate it. I hope you like how this makeup look turned out. I know it's like probably sped up like 3 or 4 times normal, but I think it ended up taking me like 45 minutes to do, but I was really happy with how it turned out. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you like my content. And check me out on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to be responsible for your own gains. And don't be a dick. And I'll catch you in that next video. Bye.